being. Like, there's no, like, oh, you can be this way or that way, because there's a supreme balance. It's all one. It all comes from one source. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing otherwise is to believe that God created good and then the devil created bad. You know what I'm saying? As if the devil doesn't have an origin with God. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just to say a devilly God created the devil and all that he has, and God created the opposing force. You know what I'm saying? It's all one. You know what I mean? And then like the whole thing about the whole good and evil and cardinal versus, that's nothing but like balance. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's always a balance in every equation in the entire universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, planets are in orbit, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, around the sun they revolve, and then as they revolve they spin, and when they spin it's on an axis, therefore they're seasons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and since it's all based on like a circular math, it all comes full circle. In other words, it's like there's always going to be good as long as there is evil, and vice versa. You feel what I'm saying? But it all comes from one source. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, I feel like both good and evil both serve a divine purpose. You feel what I'm saying? So like, that's my whole ideology. As far as the so-called cardinal mind and the spiritual mind, you're talking about two different sides of the spectrum. You're talking about the crown chakra and the root chakra, when there's all these chakras all in between and nobody ever addresses. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about the 7 deadly sins or whatnot, you're talking about each chakra, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, like, you know, having sex and being like lusty and all of that. That's one. There's gluttony, that's that stomach. You know what I'm saying? It just goes all the way up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't even gonna get into all of that. But it's just like, when I see people that are just so stuck in like the vibe of, you either gonna be good or you're gonna be evil. You know what I'm saying? But in the Bible it say that all 12 disciples were just not the holiest of people. You feel what I'm saying? Yet they was following that the dude that everybody follows. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna try to turn around and tell you ain't like Jesus and you can't roll with Jesus. But Jesus rolled with niggas that wasn't like him. You feel what I'm saying? It's kind of a hypocritical statement if you ask me. And Jesus, he went to the people that was the worst of the worst, and he saw the good in them. You see what I'm saying? And he brought out that. So it's like, as Christians, I feel like Christians should do exactly the same thing. They should go to the people that's not like necessarily spiritual and see the good in that person and bring that out. You feel what I'm saying? Because otherwise you serving the purpose of who you call the devil or the Satan or whatever y'all want to call it. Because it's like, what you're doing is you locking them out. You saying, nah, you can't get with us spiritual niggas because you ain't this way, you ain't that way. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, and if that's the case, then what's going to make them want to get better? You know what I'm saying? Like, because they can get better, but they still feel like they shut out. Because they ain't a certain way, they don't wear their Sunday hats and, you know what I mean? Like, all that bogus, like, you know what I mean? Everybody else wearing suits, and they just came in whatever they was wearing that day. Because it said, come as you are. You know what I'm saying? And dudes don't be wearing suits. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, not unless they working for somebody and they don't even want to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a whole vibe. It's a double-edged sword. Like, on one side you got, you know, you'll have your so-called, you know, Christian dudes, and they talking about, you know, we don't mess with those kind of people. We don't mess with these kind of people because they live this way, or they do this, or they do that. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side of the spectrum, you got dudes, real good dudes that want to do right, but can't because they shut out. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, that's just how I feel about it. So when I see people like that, that's how I respond to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me give you some energy to let you know, man. Like, you might have already thought of who you thought I was before I walked up to you. You know what I'm saying? And I give you some energy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm giving you some positive alpha male energy just on the strength of who I am. You know what I mean? This is how I feel.